Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the eighth episode of Concerned Dabs podcast. I am your host, Katie M. Kane. With me is my co host, Will Terps. Yeah.
I couldn't hear it last.
All right. So tonight is the Budtenders episode. Slash employees. I guess some people might be a manager or something else, but we just wanted to get perspective from the people on the ground who are frontline as far as the industry goes. When customers come through the door, the first people that they talk to are the bud tenders. So, Will, you are currently a bud tender slash manager at Natural Wonders, correct? Okay, so I think that Will's connection is a little bit choppy. We're gonna just try and have him call in. He's on the East Coast, and I believe the weather might not be the best where he's at. So, yeah, we got Rich on the text right here. He's our first guest, Rich Axtell. Yes, sir. Please do tune in. So, let me get back to our topic here. All right, here we have Rich right here. What's going on,
Hey,
Rich?
what's good? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, man. Thanks for grabbing the headphones, dude. It's
Aha, yeah, yeah,
much better.
yeah. I found them. So, shit.
So, um, I'm just gonna head right into the interview since we're having a little bit of technical issues with Will's connection there. He's
All
gonna
right.
call in the 1-800 number in 1 second. So, you've been in the industry for a couple years now, right, Rich?
Going on 3. Yeah,
All right, and that's in
yeah,
Washington, Spokane area.
yeah, yeah. Spokane. Uh,
So,
Started out growing, and then kind of learned a little bit on the bottom side, and then kind of just realized that like all the perks and stuff are on the retail side. Like you don't really get much on the growing side. So yeah,
yeah, not too many free samples, man.
yeah,
But if you're at
yeah,
retail, that's all they do is show up with free samples, man.
yeah. Exactly. It's pretty. It's an interesting uprise, I guess you could say.
Yeah, dude. Like the functions too. The functions
Yeah,
are always super
exactly.
fun, man.
Hella fun.
Yeah. So let
So
me
yeah, been
go.
doing that. So it's kind of been fun. Just been
So you worked at different places too, right? Is
yeah.
what was the first
Three or
place?
where I started was a place called they went by Inland Empire Growing, but it's called Good Earth Cannabis. Uh, as far as their trademark sign and logo and all that, like it was Good Earth. And then like their most reputable strain was like their Gorilla Glue. I didn't know that until I like got into bud tending and stuff. Like, oh shit. I used to grow a lot of that shit from transplant to harvest. Like, damn. So I was
Yeah,
like, holy
man.
shit. So it's cool to learn. And then from there, it was like uh, growing for this inflorescence is what they go by. Just inflorescence LLC. And then they have a really good like raspberry kush. And then it's like, oh shit, I used to grow that too. Then I found and then in Virginia company. Uh, they're like another reputable farm within Washington and all around Spokane area. And then uh, while I was working for Virginia company, I was just trimming and then just trimming the final product and stuff like that. And then I was burping and curing. Not too much hard work, so I was like a little bit pleased with that. And then more of a consistent schedule. And
That's cool
then
that
like
you learned that part of the process, dude, because a lot of
yeah,
people skip that. You know what I mean? It's very
fuck
important. So
yeah,
that's cool. You know what I mean? And
yeah. So I was doing that, and then uh got a call from Apex. Then pretty much jumped ship on Virginia company, and then because I get that bud tending call, like fuck yeah, I'm on it. Like I don't know. So
Well, I also feel too, Rich, like um when I'm in a store and the bud tender can't tell me shit about what's on the shelf,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I assume that they have no production experience. I feel like
yeah,
having production experience makes you a much better bud tender. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, for real, exactly. So if you come from like just the retail, you're a good retail salesman. Like, man, they could know how to they know how to pitch some bullshit sometimes. So I don't know, or like they really educate themselves on on like the book reading side. You know what I mean? They can educate themselves and then talk about things like put big words out there like psychedelic effect and like shit like that. And just get people going. I don't know. I don't know. So the bartending side is kind of fun. It's interesting because uh, it reminds me of being Mr. Cheezel on fucking Grandma's Boy. How you're explaining weed like fucking,
Yeah.
I was a snake fucking in the grass, and like you just tell like a funny ass shit like that's what people want to fucking hear. I don't know, so
Yeah,
it,
man.
it's kind of fun. So
Informative and entertaining, Rich. That's how we're trying to
yeah,
be. That's how we're trying to be with the show.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So we're working out the issues with Will right now. I'm gonna switch to my cookie cutter questions, Rich.
Word.
Can you? You said Apex already, but just
Yeah.
for the podcast, can you please state your name, company, and city and state, and whether recreational or medical?
My name is Richard Axtell. I'm budtending in Spokane, Washington, at a store called Apex Cannabis. Um, and it's a recreational store. What else was there? That
Yeah,
was it, right?
yeah, city and state,
Yeah,
Spokane, Washington. Yep, yep.
yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. There you go. So how long have you been there in your current position at Apex?
Uh, about 8 or 9 months now.
That's tight, dude.
Yeah,
I see you posting sometimes
yeah.
online
So
the little functions and stuff, the parties
yeah,
thing, dude.
yeah,
Those
yeah,
are always dope, man. It seems like every now and then too a seed company would show up and they'd have
hmm.
mad free samples. So it's like, hook me up, let me get
It's,
5 of
it's
those.
pretty much all it is. Yeah, it's just like a sample giveaway, and
Yeah, t-shirts.
it's weird because I kind of feel for like the growers sometimes they don't get those opportunities and stuff like that. Like I don't know. It was interesting to learn that. I don't know. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of
talking to people is fun too.
yeah,
I enjoy not being around people too. Like being in the garden was fun, but I agree.
yeah,
It's kind of like a farm job more or less, you know? Like it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
guys that you're around, you don't really see too many other different people. So
for sure.
so do you have any previous cannabis experience? You talked about being in production. Were you worked for three different production companies before you got at this place right now?
Yeah,
That's tight, dude. That's real tight.
yeah,
If the tribe ever fucking gets it going, bro, you know what I mean?
for real. Yeah, that would
Both
be
be
dope.
working there. We'll probably both be working.
Yeah.
Um, so are you comfortable talking about wage or benefits? Like, do you get any other perks besides like, is there a discount or
Uh,
anything?
I get like a little employee discount, but nonetheless, I just minimum wage and live off my tips. Pretty much.
That's
That's
cool. So
yeah,
that's a thing. People actually do that,
yeah.
and you guys split them up amongst you guys at the
Hmm.
end of the day.
Yeah, yeah, it's a dividend. Not end of the week, but yeah, it's
That's
weekly pay.
that's cool, man. We used to do that
Yeah,
at Natural Wonders too. Like we took our job really seriously to try and get people something that was gonna work for them, and
yeah,
like tips rolled in, bro. So it's like we could all
yeah,
get something to eat or get a beer or something after work and not have to sweat it, you know.
yeah.
That was always cool. So what is your job like? Like how would you describe it? Can you like elaborate on this for a second too? Like,
Yeah,
like the funny parts, the shitty parts, whatever.
yeah. Overall, though, it's like inevitable. You can't really expect one specific customer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Uh,
aunties and grandmas.
yeah,
You
yep.
know what
The
I mean? All
grandmas,
that.
you really try to be charming to the grandmas. They really good get good give tips or give good tips too, man. It's
Yeah,
like stuff like that. It's pretty fun. Uh, yeah, that's the excitement, I guess you could say. You don't really know who's gonna come in that door. You don't know really what kind of question you're gonna get asked. You know what I mean? You
yeah.
gotta be prepared, like, because you get some wild ass questions. I
Tell a
don't know.
story, Rich. Tell a story, man.
I had this guy one time. He kept calling me Chief. I don't know. I was getting uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
like I didn't
And you
really
gotta
like.
try and you gotta try and be nice
Yeah,
because you're at
you got to be
work. You know what I
nice. Like,
mean?
yeah, I'm just at work, and then like, oh man, I really like this here, Chief. You know what I mean? Like every little sample of weed I was giving him was just like, oh, Chief, you got me, Chief. Just like, dude, what the fuck, man? It's just like that was like one of the most interesting, and that was like one of the first weeks we started because I was at the store when they opened on Division. Like they've only been open since I started working there. Like ever since like we're like the opening crew, and I don't know. So it's like, holy shit, I didn't know how to take that. And it was like, damn, had to take a breather. I was like, man, I got called. It's like getting called the N word a bunch of times, and there's nobody's really turns their head to look at it. Like, damn, what the fuck? This good
Yeah,
dude keeps calling me chief, and I kind of don't like it. Like, what do I do? I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of the most interesting little encounters I've had. And then
What?
another time, this old lady kissed me on the cheek, which made me feel uncomfortable. So it's like, holy shit. I don't know. It's
Stay on
weird
my
shit.
bubble. Stay on my bubble, lady.
Yeah. Yeah. It gets crazy sometimes, especially like because Division in Spokane is like one of the busiest streets in Spokane. So you get all types of people.
You guys
you
probably make
know.
a lot of money in a day too, man.
Yeah, it's getting there. Like we're the new guys on the block, so like there's plenty of stores in Spokane downtown, all up and down Division. Being the new guys, everybody has their own little customer base and everybody has their own go-to spot. Like, so we're trying to fight our way. Before Apex was on Division, they had a store in Moses Lake and Liberty Lake, two very separate spots in Washington.
So they
And
got two
then,
locations, Liberty Lake and
yeah,
Spokane.
yeah, Liberty Lake and Moses Lake.
Oh, okay.
Moses Lake's about an hour or so west of Spokane. And then Otis Orchards is Liberty Lake, and that's like state line of Idaho and Washington. And so,
Ah,
yeah, so they had like two different stores before they came to Spokane. So it's kind of just, I don't know, one of those.
expanding. That's
Yeah,
cool. That's cool, dude.
yeah. So I'm like on so when they opened, it was just like this burnt down building, and so I was like looking for like where the fuck, and like some dude popped out, and then that happened to be the general manager who happens to be my boss. He was like, "Hey, you looking for an interview?" I was like, "Yeah." It was just a burnt down old building that they fixed up, so
That's
pretty cool.
cool, man. That's
Yeah.
cool. Um, so what kind of trends do you see as far as sales, man? Do people gravitate towards certain things in Spokane as far as flour, or is there certain companies that are popping right now that if I ever go there, like what should I look for on the shelf? I'm I'm
Mm,
I'm, I'm an indica guy, you know what I mean? Sativa is
yeah.
cool for writing and stuff. If I got to do work during the day, I'll smoke some sativa in the morning, but I like
Yeah.
to chill out, bro, like
Right
I'm an
now,
indica
the
guy.
biggest trend would be the cartridges.
I agree.
That's what's really hitting, especially for the younger people. And then there's like this whole crowd of people who don't smoke like out in the open and stuff like that, kind of like closet smokers and stuff that like to just hide it. I don't know. So like the cartridge is the way to go with that.
Yeah, I tell
And
people too for being at work. You can go out to your
Yeah.
car and come back in not reeking
Yeah.
because you didn't set anything on fire. You know what I mean? You just push the
Yeah.
and be
So
relieved, calm down.
and yeah. So when I just like jumped into Budtending, like I had to educate myself on like what cartridges were and like what the fuck distillate CO2 and like all the other little fucking little elements that come with their consistencies of fucking all that shit. Like, damn, I didn't know shit. You know what I mean? Like, holy
Yeah,
fuck.
it goes deep, Rich. It goes deep.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I mean by like the excitement of like never knowing what the fuck this dude's gonna ask me. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know. So
yeah. It's kind of like Jeopardy and shit. It's like how
yeah,
good is my
you
weed
gotta be prepared.
knowledge? And
Yeah,
of at least what's on my shelf. Like that's one thing I would always try to do is if I didn't get a sample of something when
yeah.
I got paid, I tried to get at least a gram of each flower that
Yeah,
was
yeah. That's why they like, hey, give us that discount, I guess, so we could like try their stuff, and then I don't know. So it's like a circulation of money that they're getting and we're getting. I don't know. It's weird.
yeah. I didn't mind, man. Like, and I
Hmm.
was when I was at Kings of Cana, I think me and two other guys were the only guys that had our card. And so everything switched to rec, so everybody had mad tax. So it was like you could use any of our three names if you work there and get the tax off and get the 20% discount.
Yeah,
So on the
yeah,
computer it said I could get tons of weed. Like, man,
yeah.
I didn't buy
That's
all
why the taxes are
that.
included, man. That would drive people nuts if the menu said. That's what got me mad one day when I figured out like I was only like all this shit I was growing. I'm only fucking selling it for all they're selling it for 15 cents a gram kind of shit. I was like, man, you know how hard that shit is to grow. I was fucking, was kind of
Yeah.
pissed off. Yeah, so I was like, man, that would drive people nuts to know that like those joints only realistically only cost like $1 or $2, and then they're giving the state a hella tax, and then be like, "What? It only said it was $5. Why am I paying you 15?" You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
well, it's a state tax, so that's why like the prices always get included with the tax. And it's like people don't really want to know that.
Y-
People, you don't really want people to know that. So I was like, that's like that's where I get uncomfortable sometimes. Like, man, the state's winning on this shit, but still, I don't know.
So
It's still cool. Yeah.
your guys' price on the menu includes tax?
Yeah, in Washington, it just includes the tax.
That's good.
Like, yeah,
Because they tried to when everything first went wreck in Oregon, they tried to require stores to say that no, the tax is separate, and when people ask that question, that's what you say, and it's like you guys can't tell us how to fucking run our business. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
because from a buyer's point of view, you would rather see the price on the board
hmm,
and pay that, not
yeah,
pay
yeah,
that plus. It's like, man, because
yeah. It's
Oregon was a tax-free state anyway, as far as sales tax. You know, if you went out
yeah,
there to get school clothes or something, everybody did that once or twice. You went to Portland because you didn't have to pay tax. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's like
yeah,
if you spent 100 or 200 bucks on school clothes, shit, that's like 40 bucks. You know what I mean? 50
hmm,
bucks that you're saving. So it was worth it. So with the weed stuff, shops just didn't adhere to that. You know what I mean? And like, why
yeah,
aren't you doing this? And it's like, cuz, man, like that hurts sales. Like people will pay the price as long as the tax is included, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Like you don't want to be lied to. It's like how much is an eighth for real? And
yeah.
one of my
It
homies
says it on the receipt though. That's the crazy thing. Is like, yeah,
yeah, and you get to
yeah,
see how large of a percentage it is. It's like,
yeah.
damn.
I think it's
Um
40%, something like that,
yeah, dude.
in
But
Washington. Yeah,
damn, 40%?
hmm. It's fucking high. It's pretty high.
Damn,
Fucking
dude.
yeah, it's wild.
Well, like,
I
is it
think
super flooded in Washington too? Like, is there overproduction? Is there a
I
surplus of
think
weed?
the even the tobacco that's like cigarettes are hella expensive in Washington. Like I don't even really smoke cigs no more. It's beneficial to me in a way. And then um liquor too. Liquor sales tax is like pretty high in Washington.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
when I worked in
And
Seattle,
it's
my
just like that in
uncle.
the cannabis. So
Yeah, backwoods was like $13 Seattle. I'm like, holy shit, that's $15.
Real,
Damn, like
like $10 for a pack of Swiss. Like
yeah,
fuck.
man, too much. That's too
Yeah,
much.
yeah. I'm smoking at Val, Idaho. Where I usually go most of the time.
That's cool, man. So, one other question is, what's your best day at work?
Probably 40 this year. Like, yeah, because retail and it was actually cool. Like my boys, they gave us for
What?
like the yeah. Yeah.
So,
So that was the best day I could say within the industry.
well, okay, besides honest, what happened, man? That's the highlight. I mean, but
Yeah, they
you guys
had two.
set a record
Uh,
or anything.
yeah, I don't know about that, but they had like two bands, a couple of fucking food trucks. That shit is so cool how they do that.